Fancy jumping into Apex Legends with a massive electro shield or with the ability to drop loot from the sky? Good, because we have a guide for you. It's Lifeline and Gibraltar. Lifeline joined the Apex Games to raise funds for a humanitarian organisation that aids frontier communities in need. She sees taking part in this blood sport is okay, as everyone who joins the games knows exactly what they're in for. And if taking out 1 or 7 opponents has to happen so she can win and help those in need, well, that's just what has to happen.
Remember this, I'm the one you should have concerns about.
Lifeline is definitely aptly named. When an ally is downed, Lifeline can run over and revive faster than anyone else. Not only that, when reviving, Combat Medic triggers an unbreakable shield, making it incredibly difficult for the enemy to stop the revive once it begins. I'm sure I don't need to say why reviving faster while an unbreakable shield is up can be useful. I mean, you're a smart and good looking bunch. But can we talk about the effectiveness of a shield in combat situations? When Lifeline revives someone, you can get behind the surprisingly large shield yourself for cover. Now your friend who is constantly getting downed has a use past being an accidental bullet sponge. The shield, if reviving at the right angle, also means the enemy has to leave cover and find a different angle to take shots from. Otherwise, they'll just be pelting the shield while helplessly watching you revive the enemy they just downed. Or they can just lob grenades up and over it. That'll work, so watch out for death from above. Not only does she have that amazing revive passive, she can also use healing items 25% faster, meaning not only is she a great support, she can also be played aggressively due to being able to get back into the fight faster.
Enemy down.
Lifeline's pet drone is a lifesaver. If you find yourself or your teammates in a tricky situation where you have no healing items or need a quick heal during a combat situation, Doc Heal Drone can be deployed to get you back to 100%. The entire team can receive healing by being near the drone. The effective radius is quite small, but there's nothing better than hunkering down with pals during a difficult situation. Right, guys? If you use the Doc Heal Drone in the right strategic place during a firefight, you'll receive healing for 20 seconds, which the other team isn't getting themselves. This is a huge advantage, as it may give you a few extra seconds of taking damage during a battle, which you won't normally get if you weren't being constantly healed.
Enemy taken out.
The loot gods can be unforgiving at times, especially in comparison to everyone else. Why'd you keep running in front of me and taking my helmet, Jim? Luckily, Lifeline's ultimate ability, Care Package, can be used to level out the loot playing field with some life-saving gifts.
Come and get your birthday present.
Make sure to use accelerators, as the time it takes to get care packages back after using them is quite long. They will instantly fill the meter a further 20%, so you can have a faster flow of loot, which will become increasingly important as the combatant number diminishes. One of my favourite things to do in Battle Royales is to wait for a supply drop to fall before waiting in the bushes nearby for those who go towards said supply drop in hopes of loot, and certainly not a quick and painful death. You could use Care Package to do similar. Fire Care Package into a suitably flat, open location, and if you have a good amount of time, sit and wait. While they're busy looting, you're setting up that perfect shot. Also think about using the actual care package as cover if you desperately need it. So that was Lifeline. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, she really becomes a good teammate. So now let's look at someone who gives you solace if you find him in your team. It's Gibraltar. Gibraltar joined the Apex Games after watching his friends fail to win, and in way too many cases for Gibraltar, fail to return. Gibraltar, using his skills as a rescuer, eventually became a legend in the Apex Games due to his quick reactions to put himself in the line of fire to protect his squad. Also, look at him saving this girl from being trapped in the sea. Why is she smiling? What does she know? When Gibraltar is aiming down sights, his gun shield pops up and acts as a protective cover. This gives him a great amount of protection when in short to mid-range fights, as it forces the enemy to either try to do even more damage than they would to break the shield and hit him, or change their aim to hit Gibraltar's head or feet. Or while the enemy is doing that, Gibraltar can lay down as much fire as he wants. The gun shield isn't at its best when used in a long-range firefight. Your aggressor may not even have a weapon or scope that's going to land a hit. And due to it being a large, light, inconspicuous shield, Gibraltar wouldn't be easy to hide if you want to snipe without being noticed. Luckily, you can turn it off by pressing down on D-pad for Xbox and PS4 or H on PC. Just remember to turn it back on again when you're in a firefight. Use this ability to soak up a bit of damage for teammates by standing in front of them. Gibraltar is a big dude, and with a big shield, he becomes a big target. Dome of Protection releases a large bulletproof shield that can be used to protect allies from enemy teams firing down on you. And when I say bulletproof, I mean it. You also cannot shoot from inside the dome to the outside. Dome of Protection is a support ability, as it enables you to take a breath from the action to heal, reorganize, and in some cases, scout. If you're out in the open being shot at and you're not sure where from, deploy the dome and then look around to find and ping the enemy that attempted to shoot you in the back of the face. Remember, Dome of Protection, as effective as it is, can be quite the beacon to surrounding enemies. Pop it knowing that if you do so in a flat or high up location, it may bring enemies to you who are looking to get into a scrap. Due to the dome's protective nature, you won't be able to deal damage to anyone outside the dome, but maybe that's not much of an issue. If you're against a particularly aggressive player, you could pop your Dome of Protection, take out a short-range weapon, and then wait for the enemy to come into the protection dome for a deathmatch. My favourite ultimate by far, Defensive Bombardment, feels ironically named, as it is one hell of an offensive ultimate. When you throw the beacon, a red circle will appear to reveal the radius in which missiles will be dropped from the air onto the floor. These missiles will do 40 damage each hit, and due to the amount of them, they are incredibly effective at wiping squads. Use Defensive Bombardment when you're in an altercation with a group that are bunched up, and especially when they're using cover. Throw the beacon in front of the cover so they don't see it, and when the bombs start dropping, it'll give them less time to get out of there. This crazy ultimate works well with any ability that can hide where the missiles are dropping. Bangalore's smoke canister and especially Caustic's Nox gas grenade can create utter confusion, meaning they're going to keep taking damage without any idea how to stop it.
You tried, you died.
So that was Lifeline and Gibraltar, two legends that are welcome to any party. They really go hand in hand with every other legend. Talking about legends, we have other tip videos which are available on our channel, so do check them out. Like, subscribe, and ding that bell, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much.